Alright, well, it's Labor Day, Monday morning, and slept really good last night, like a rock. Got to finally stretch out in the tent instead of sleeping in the back seat of the truck. So, ran into the guys, the very first guys I ran into them again. They walked up to camp this morning, right before light, and they're kind of making the loop back the way that I was last night. So, I want to stick with my plan and find some water. Just bugle our way through all this. There's a bugle down here. I don't know if it's a hunter or an elk. It's definitely other hunters. I can hear them talking. There's a lot of elk sign in here. So, guys I talked to this morning, they said they talked to some other guys that said that most of the elk are holed up on the private on the other side of the mountain. But they've hunted in here before, and once the rut really kicks off, they dump off over onto this side. I'm not sure why, but they move over here. I think it's because they start to move down mountain. But there's a lot of sign here right now. They said that they've been seeing elk, so, but just not any shooters. They're all little like spikes and stuff with still in velvet, but which are not legal. They said they saw some 3 points and stuff. I saw that. I think he was a 5 last night, or a 4. I don't know. He's probably a 4 because he didn't have whale tails. Deer right there. I think it's too early for him to be doing much talking. Though, I think if you find the right bull, you could get him fired up. You just gotta be on top of him. And it's probably not gonna be these little bulls that you're gonna get fired up. So, that seems to be what's in here. That seems to be what's in here right now. These little bulls. There is no rut sign. Like, there's tons of elk sign. There is no rut sign, like no rubs or anything of that nature. It's all old from last year. So, keep grinding, I guess. I don't know what else to do. So from all the reports I got, the bulls are hanging out, the big bulls, hanging out right up in there. It's a long ways up there. But they're up in that timber. And actually the report I got was that most of them are on the other side of that, which is private. So, and then everything over on this side is all cows and spikes, and from what I understood, which I believe because I see no sign of big bulls. Oh, all right, well, we got out of there, or I got out of there. If I had more time, or if I would have stayed in there, or if it was cooler, I would have stayed in there. I think with this heat, that, I mean, it's 85 degrees, so I've got to be careful. I just can't get too far away from the road because I'll run out of time to get... I can't get too far away from the road because I'll run out of time getting meat out and it being able to stay good. There's elk in there. I think most of the bigger bulls that you could actually, shootable bulls, because they've got to have, for this unit, they got to be a branch antlered bull. I saw the one last night. He would have worked. I think that the bigger bulls are still up on top higher in really rough country. I kind of talked about this last year that I need some llamas or some horses to elk hunt, and I think I'm gonna have, this is reinforcing that, I guess. Or at least some buddies, like one or the other, or both. But definitely need to do something. I think I need to be within a couple miles of the road instead of 4 or 5, like where I was. I mean, that was going to be a brutal, 35, 40 miles of packing elk, which is, I'm okay with that, but I don't want it to take so much time the meat goes bad. And that's where my concern is. If it was 65 instead of 85, I'd still be up in there trying to shoot a bull. Also, if it was 65 instead of 85, I think those bigger bulls would be dropping down and getting into that zone of like where all the cows were, because that's where I was, like where we were last night and this morning. That's, the cows are hanging out there and need to get up above higher. And that's, there's some Forest Service roads around the other side where the highway goes up over the pass, and I can come in from there, and the roads are at like 10,000, so that's where I need to be.